favorite generational podcast. I'm Rachel.
I'm Katrina.
And boy, I almost said I'm Katrina instead of I'm Rachel. Like, for whatever reason, I was like, I'm Rachel, but I corrected it in my head before I said it out loud, which is a rarity. It normally just slips out. I hate my printer with my whole heart.
What happened?
For whatever reason, and we have tried everything. If I try and print something, because it's like a Bluetooth wireless one, if I try and print something, it tells me it's offline. If I send it to my mother's computer, it's online.
Weird.
It hates me. Or it'll, like, a lot of the times what it does is it'll be offline, and then in the middle of the night it'll print it.
Weird.
And I'm like, excuse you!
That used to happen with my laptop, too. It would only work if I printed it from my dad's computer. Like, it wouldn't even... I think it was because it was at the beginning when I first got the laptop, though. So it probably wasn't set up correctly, but I don't remember.
And it's like, we've gone through all the settings. I don't know. It's really frustrating. Because then my mom judges how much I print, because I forget that I can only click it once, and it's just going to take, like, 8 hours to do, so...
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Share the printer, maybe? Change share? Maybe it's just not share? Sure, okay. We'll apply that, see if that fixes it. It won't. It says offline still. I should probably unclick the use it offline, but I clicked it to see if it did anything. It did not. How have you been?
I've been okay. I'm glad, well, that's going straight into my favorite thing, but I am on Thanksgiving break for, like, a week and a half now, so I'm very excited that I don't have to worry about school stuff that much. Like, I should probably still, like, make sure that I'm not forgetting any assignments if my teachers gave me anything over break, but I'm glad that I have a week to
I can tell you you will not do that. Or you'll do it all the night before you go back to class.
Yeah. It's just, I need to keep
know
it
how this works.
in the back of my mind. But yeah, I'm glad that I have, like, a week to focus on other things and not necessarily just school stuff. Because that's what it's been lately.
It says, print to the following ports. Documents will print to the first free checked port. Huh? What is... I don't plug it in! Always available. I'm so confused.
That's weird.
I'm so confused, and it's so frustrating. Because... I can't...
Yeah.
I can't print! And I need to print! It's gonna print when we finish this episode. Watch. I'm gonna spend the entire episode annoyed about it, and then it's just gonna print, because it hates me.
Oh no. How's your life been? I don't know if you wanted me to ask your favorite thing since I touched on it, but...
Good. I had my clinical at the hospital, well, one of them, last night, which was Thursday as of recording. I have another one Saturday, and another one Sunday, and then I'm done with clinicals. You want me to tell the story? I remembered it.
Yes.
Or I remembered to bring it up. Alright, so, one of my instructors is, how do I put this in PG terms? While also capturing how much I hate him. Stupid head. We're just gonna say stupid head. I mean words much stronger than stupid head. But we're just gonna say stupid head. At the beginning of the semester, he was like, I won't answer any questions about due dates because it's all on the syllabus. I'll just send you to the syllabus, whatever, syllabus. And he literally said, syllabus. And then he showed us, like, 3 cartoons that were like, it's on the syllabus. You know what this man does every other week?
What?
He changes the syllabus! He changes the due dates on the syllabus. So how am I supposed to know when tests are if you change it every week? So, I signed up for my clinicals like a month ago. He changed our test last week from Wednesday during class time to Thursday from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. You might say, Rachel, that's more than a 12-hour window. Hush your little face. To which I respond with, I work 7 a.m., so that's before it opens. I got off at 2 p.m., so that I could go home, change, and drive to the hospital to do my clinical from 3 to 11 p.m. I didn't get a break during work because I was working a short shift. And I didn't have internet at the hospital. Like, there was internet, but I wasn't on my laptop because I was doing things. So tell me when I'm supposed to take the test. So I brought this up to my instructor that I like, because I guess he changed it about 2 weeks ago. And I said, hey, my clinical's that day. I work at 7 a.m. I don't think I can take the test on that Thursday. I can take it before or after, but I cannot do, like, that day. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, yeah, totally makes sense. She was like, I'll work it out, I'll talk to him. Come Wednesday, we had in-person class, and I went up to her and I was like, hey, it's been a week. I still haven't heard anything. What am I supposed to do about the test? And she was like, just plan on taking it Friday. I'll work it out with him. And I was like, okay, cool. You're not allowed to look at your phone during clinical, because you're supposed to be, like, helping patients and things. Mm-hmm. Or helping people help patients. So I didn't. Apparently I got a text at 10:17 p.m. I did not get home until 11:50, and I did not look at my phone until 11:52, other than saying, okay, Google, take me home, and then it started my maps. I didn't even, like, look at it. I just asked it to take me home. Google, I wasn't talking to you! I mean, I was, but...
In the past, not currently.
Not currently. And it wasn't even my phone that responded, it was my Dot.
Yeah.
Whatever the Google version is called. But anyway, so I get home and I look at my phone at 11:52 and I have a lovely text that says, let me pull it up. And this was 10:17. You need to test before 11:55. Password is 901. I responded at 11:54. Or actually, I sent a screenshot of that to the instructor that said I could take it Friday. And I said, I literally just got home. This is the text I got. I didn't see it earlier because I was at clinical. What would you like me to do? And she said, I told him you were taking it tomorrow. Make sure it's done before 10 a.m. Let's all remember I work at 7 a.m. Let's keep that part in our brains, okay? Because it's important. So then I responded to the dude, and I said, I legitimately just got home from my clinical, and I am now seeing this. What do you want me to do? And he responded, take the test. It's midnight at this point. And so I sent that to her, and I said, this is what he just told me. And she responded with, for Pete's sake! And when she says for Pete's sake, she means much stronger words, but is trying to be professional. She said, for Pete's sake! I told him I gave you till tomorrow, let me text him. And then she said, text him, tell him I already had given you permission to do it at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow before work. And his response was, okay, it will be open. I was not informed of your arrangements. So I woke up at 5 a.m. Took a stupid test that initially I was told I would have all day today. But the only way she could get him to let me take it today instead of yesterday was by saying I would get it done before 10 a.m. So I had to take it at 5:30 this morning, and I was not a happy camper. I passed, but I literally, like, I went to bed at like 12:30, 12:45 because I was still sorting all that out. I woke up at 5. It is currently 6:20. Literally, my boss came in at one point. She was like, I just saw you through the window. Are you okay? Like, I was walking. Are you okay? And I was like,
no.
Sure. I was like, yeah, we can go with that. And she was like, that's not a reassuring answer. And I was like, well, you see, And so I explained it to her, and she was like, oh. And then she was like, well, there's coffee made. And I was like, great. So I went and got my coffee. I did go upstairs because we have really big, comfy couches upstairs. So I went upstairs and took like a 10-minute nap during my break. Because my break's only 30 minutes. Yeah. I got to see some interesting things last night. Can't talk about them because HIPAA, but they were interesting. Yeah. Just leave it at that. Leave it to your imaginations. There was only one trauma. So if you're using your imaginations too much, there was only one trauma that I saw. There were like more traumas, but well, I guess there was only one that they actually classify as a trauma during my shift, which is good.
Yeah.
Anyway, That was my past
So
48
you're
hours.
tired.
24 hours? I'm very tired because I only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep the night before.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's fine. And I'm part of me's like, but it's Friday, which means I get to sleep in tomorrow, except my shift is from 7 to 3. 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Oh, no.
So we're going to finish recording, and then Rachel's going to go eat and take a shower.
And then she's gonna go sleep.
And I'm gonna go put a load in the laundry, and then, well, I'm gonna go put a load in the laundry, then eat, then shower, then go switch the load, because it has my clinical uniform, and then go to sleep. Count me in bed by 9 o'clock.
As you should. That sounds
like, literally,
so exhausting.
Tuesday and tonight, which is Friday, are the only days this week, from Sunday to Sunday, that I haven't had something to do after work. But next week's a short week. They're giving us both Thanksgiving and Black Friday off, even though Black Friday's not happening this year, and Thanksgiving should not be happening this year.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the Olympics are going to happen next summer.
I don't know. Because I remember we talked about this, like, right when the
Because I want
hit.
Sonic or Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games 2020!
Maybe that's the only version we're gonna get, because...
Maybe they're just gonna cancel them. I mean, at this point, it almost makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Except they plan so much, like, there's so much money that goes into it.
Yeah.
That a lot of the times the city that's chosen actually suffers really badly after the games are over, because they pour so much of the local economy into it, and then it just gets screwed over. Also, my room is very cold. For whatever reason, I've been freezing in this house, even though it hasn't been that cold. It's been like 70 in the house. But I'm freezing, so.
Oh, good.
No, I have my heater. It's still offline! Why is it still offline? I literally went in and double-checked that it was online, and it is. So, I don't understand the problem. I'm mad about it, and I am existing purely out of spite! The number of times I say that in a day is probably unhealthy.
I mean, it's justified today. It's justified most days,
There was
I guess.
one point, so I was in the baby room all day, because we only had 7 kiddos, and our ratio is 6, and the other room only had 8 kiddos, but they had 2 teachers, so we kicked one of our kiddos over, so that we could be in ratio and only need 3 teachers, and we needed someone in the babes room, so for whatever reason, I've been the person they've been kicking to the babes room lately, which I'm fine with, because that's my favorite thing this week, is baby snuggles. I had a kid that just, like, fell asleep on me. Like, he was being cranky, so I picked him up, and he just passed out. I was like, alright, we can sit. No one needs anything, because we have a big whiteboard on the wall that says when people need diaper changes, when people need bottles. People, they're babies. I mean, they are people, but, like, they're babies.
Yeah.
Because every baby's on their own schedule, unlike the Todds and Up, which is, like, they try and get them all on one schedule, unless there's, like, a special need. Whatever. So... I was in there, and there was one point I was struggling to keep my eyes open. It was probably 10 a.m., which means I'd been there for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I was exhausted already, and I just, like, laid on the floor, and all the babies flocked to me and used me as a pillow, and, like, were playing with me, and I was like, this is fine. I'm watching them. Like, this is fine. This is my job.
The jungle gym.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. It was I feel like so yesterday I had a ton of anxiety going into my clinical. Like, I almost called in because I was freaking out. And then I went in and I was like, oh my god, I want to work in an ER. Like, I want to be a patient care tech, which is what I was shadowing.
Yeah.
Because I saw so many things, and, like, the trauma case I saw, but then I was fine. Not fine. I don't know. It's weird to be like, yeah, I was fine. I watched XYZ.
Yeah.
I saw something, and it was, oof. But it was a level 1 trauma. That's pretty much as in-depth as I can go about it. We love HIPAA. But it was very interesting. And then the attending physician, because it's a teaching hospital, obviously, they let me in there. So there were a bunch of med students, there were a bunch of residents, there were some interns. It felt very Grey's Anatomy, but the people were way nicer than Grey's Anatomy, because me and the other PCTs, well, me and the PCTs, I'm not a PCT, That's patient care tech.
Yeah, I got it.
I didn't remember if I said it before. I think I did. But I was like, so how realistic is this to Grey's Anatomy? And they were like, you know what? Sometimes it feels it, but they're way nicer. And so then we spent like half the night. Anytime there was downtime, we would talk about plot points in the show. So that was fun.
Oh, good.
But at one point, all of the med students and doctors, or med students and residents stepped out to go, I think work on a treatment plan, while the attending sat and went over her CTs as they were happening. And the attending, like, pointed out, because for a while everyone was in there, and he was quizzing the medical student and the resident on, like, oh, what does this mean? How you treat it? Obviously giving the harder questions to the resident because they're an actual doctor. Yeah. But then they both stepped out, and he just looks at me and starts quizzing me, and I was like, but he gave me, like, questions I would know.
Yeah.
But, oh my god, I was like, oh, the heart pumps the blood. Yeah, it was super fascinating. The thing, I didn't know certain things could do certain things in the body. That's all. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't be more specific without getting arrested and losing my ability to work in healthcare. But it was super fascinating. I'm really excited to go back tomorrow. I'm kind of sad I don't get to work with the same people because weekend crew is always different, or mostly different, depending on where you are. But here it's different. And I liked the people I was working with. They were funny. I don't remember where I was going with this. Baby snuggles. Those were fun. Oh my god, today we have this one little girl whose bottle not only unscrews at the top, it unscrews at the bottom for whatever reason.
That
and I didn't know this.
Problematic.
I didn't know this. And she was formula. So it was fine. But her mom sends them pre-made because she's like, oh, I don't want you guys to have to worry about it. And we're like, no, it's okay. That's literally our job. And she's like, no. If things get, crazy at home, I'll have you guys make them. But for now, it's fine. I can do it. And we were like, okay. So her mom sends them pre-made, and they sit in the fridge with, like, the breast milk bottles. Mm-hmm. But they send one bag of the formula, like one serving worth, in, like, a Ziploc baggie with how much water goes with it. That's important to this story. Because I was fidgeting with it and talking as I was waiting for the other bottle in the bottle warmer to finish up so I could put the bottle in. And it is possible that I unscrewed the bottom without knowing that it was, like, open. I thought it was just, like, you know how some water bottles have, like, a compartment on the bottom?
Yeah.
I thought it was that because it looked like that. It was not. It's possible I spilled an entire bottle of formula on myself.
Oh, no.
And I mean all over myself. All over the counter. Luckily, for whatever reason, I was like, I feel like I should prep her bottle early. I was like, I don't know why, because there are set times they need to eat, but I was like, I just feel like I need to get it done early. So I did, and that was good, because I ended up being able to feed her on time.
Good.
But then, her parents are very hit or miss on how they're going to react to something like that. So I made someone else go out and give her, I was like, just tell them what happened, but don't say names, because, so they went out. I told her what to say when she went out, but it was, so there was an accident with her bottle today. The bottom got opened and it spilled the formula, so we did use that emergency bag that you sent us, if you could send another on Monday. And he was like, oh yeah, accidents happen, I totally get it, yeah, no problem. And, like, he's either that response or, oh my god, this is ridiculous, blah blah blah, I'm gonna pull my kid from the center, you guys are terrible. And it's like, he must have had a good day at work, I don't know. But it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got covered in formula. And then a baby vomited on me.
Oh no.
And not just, like, baby spit up. It was vomit. Also, there is a bug going around our toddler room right now. They all have icky poo-poos. and fevers. And right now, if they get a fever, if we record at the center a fever of 100.4 or higher, they cannot be there for 10 days or a negative test. So if we feel that they are warm and they have a slight fever, we basically call the parents and tell them to come get them, or if it rises, because they always rise in the afternoon for whatever reason. So it's basically like hey, they're at 99.4. If they go up a degree, they are out for 10 days, and the parents come within minutes. They're like, all right, I'm there. I've got my kid. Goodbye.
I'm here.
Yeah, but the toddlers only had... So they normally have 16 kids. I think they had, 10 by the end of the day when kids actually started leaving. 6 kids went home because of blowouts or icky poo-poos or... Yeah, it was crazy. Mm-hmm. We were like, maybe you should, I know we disinfect every night, but maybe you should go really deep clean that room.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's been my week, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. Also, my heater's not... I guess it's kind of getting hot. I don't know. It's just being not heatery.
Oh. What's your favorite song this week?
It's... I Should Probably Go to Bed by Dan and Shay. Can I talk about the word probably? Because it bothers me. In the song, it's, I should probably go to bed. When we speak, it's probably, or probably. But it's spelled probably. But everyone says probably.
Yeah.
And in the song, it's not, I should probably go to bed. I should probably go to bed. But anyway, it's about being out at a bar in, a small town after a breakup. Mm-hmm. And you were told your ex wouldn't be there. And then you get a text last minute. It's like, oh no, she's coming! And it's like, I should go to bed. Because I worked hard to get over you. And I know if I see you, I'm gonna text you and call you. It's funny. Not funny, haha, but
yeah.
I'm tired.
The situation is, humorous.
Sure, yeah.
When am I the one that's good at words? This is...
4 hours of sleep 2 days in a row.
Fair enough.
Yesterday, it was 4 hours and 48 minutes, and then I had 17,000 steps. 17,890 steps. Today, it was 4 hours and 22 minutes, and it's 13,126 steps. And that's average. Well, yeah, 13,000 is average. This week, since I'm in the babies, and there's more sitting in the babies, because I don't have to chase them, because they don't move as fast.
Yeah.
When I'm with my 2-year-old, it's around 17,000 a day.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot, because most people do, 10 a day? 10,000, not just
10 steps.
Get out of bed, get back in bed. I mean, same, but...
Me.
Yeah. So anyway, that's been my week, and my things, and my songs. What's your favorite song this week?
My favorite song this week is Billie Eilish's new song, Therefore I Am. And it's been circling around TikTok a lot lately, and I knew she was putting out a new song because, my friends were posting about it. And, I wasn't necessarily oh, I have to listen to this right now. But then I heard clips of it on TikTok, and I was like, you know what, this sounds like a good song. And it is. And so I've been listening to it a lot this week.
Love that for you. Can you hear me writing right now? Obviously I'm hitting the thing because I'm bad at writing, but can you hear the, pen scratching on the paper?
I can when you're not talking, but...
ASMR? So you know how some people are like, if it's not on a sticky note, I'm not gonna remember it.
Yeah.
I lose sticky notes. You know what I don't lose? My arm. So they've kind of washed off. They've kind of washed off by now. But I literally have so many vitals from last night on my arm because I have to... That one you definitely
Yeah, I can kind of see it.
Because otherwise I would forget to chart them. And since... So the staff, bring in laptops, there are computers in the room for them to use and chart. Since I'm not staff and kind of just in the way already by being an extra person in the room, I'm not bringing my, like, paperwork in or my laptop in. I'm just standing, observing, writing down stats or vitals as I see them, and then assisting with the things they'll let me assist with. Like, I'm really good at placing an EKG now, fun fact. Learned last night, perfected it last night, and obviously I didn't perfect it, I know, but, like, I didn't know, and now I can do it all by myself. So, shush. Not you, listeners, I don't think any of our listeners would say anything. You can tell I'm tired because I'm rambly.
Yeah.
Like, that's the telltale sign. Like, Rachel's an idiot when she's tired. I have a friend that has asked me if I was drunk because I was just exhausted. Like, I'm just an idiot when I'm tired, and it's fine, and we're fine with it. But anyway, I have numbers all over my arm, and the system I am supposed to chart them in keeps crashing and not saving them. Mm-hmm. And that's a problem because they're fading off of my arm! So, I gotta remember which patient was which. I think this was the trauma. I want to say this was the trauma. I think that's a 75. You don't know what that number correlates to, so I can say it on the internet. You don't know if it's age, or respirations, or heart rate, or blood pressure, or temperature.
I wouldn't know anyways.
Number of toes.
Because I don't know that much about.
Exactly. Did you miss the last one? Number of toes? 75?
Yeah, that might be an issue.
Yeah. What else do we have to talk about? Because I'm rambling.
We can talk about Twitter trending, because there was only one this week that I thought we could talk about. So basically, the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center just went up, and it's peak 2020, because it's very much Charlie Brown Christmas, but, like, not as extreme as the Charlie Brown Christmas, but the tree is just not as extravagant as it usually is.
Yeah.
Like, something happened, I don't know if it was with transport, but there was a picture of it when it was, like, about to be cut down, and then there was when it was put up, and it does not look the same. And
are they getting a new one, or are they leaving it?
I'm not sure. I didn't look that closely at it. I just thought it was really funny. Because if they leave it, it's kind of just this year.
I both want them to and not want them to leave it. Because honestly, I think it's stupid that the tree tradition, I think it's overrated. Mm-hmm. Get a plastic one, you'll be fine. They make them that big, right? It's not terrible for the environment or anything. I don't know. And I'm a person that likes Christmas, but the Rockefeller tree just is overhyped to me.
I haven't necessarily paid that much attention to it, but it doesn't look like they're talking about putting it down or anything.
Okay, well, that works. I forgot a number, and I don't know which number I forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, I got all the numbers. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I didn't. I will say one of the patients we had, you have to ask, every patient questions to determine how conscious and alert and oriented they are. And one of the questions we ask is, do you know who the president is? And one dude who was not all there goes, Biden! Was like, does he get points for that? And the attending was like, yeah, we'll give him points for that one. I was like, yeah! And it was so funny, because he was like, obviously I can't talk about why he was the way he was, but he was not, he altered mental status is what I think, that would be my guess. But again, I have no certifications yet, so, you know. But he was just, Biden!
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, Rockefeller Christmas tree.
We don't have to talk about it for that long. You rambled about your week. That this episode's probably not going to be something we have to fish for content for.
We would never do that. All of this is genuine and sincere.
I mean, we weren't fishing for content, but we're not, like, having to come up with conversation topics.
Real. That's the sound of it, like, you know, catching. What are our listeners questioning this week besides my sanity? Because we know.
Our first listener question is from @Kane_I, and they ask, favorite class you took in high school?
Organic chemistry.
I'm gonna say probably psychology. Oh, also, Rachel.
What?
I got into 2 colleges this week.
Nice.
I always forget to tell people because I wasn't necessarily, like, scared about, like, not getting into college because, like, I did mainly public universities with higher acceptance rates. And so I didn't see it as that big of a deal. But then my mom was like, time to tell everyone! And I'm like, what if
I understand exactly that feeling.
Yeah.
And not that it's not an achievement to go to college, but...
Yeah.
I think... I don't know how to phrase this, but at a certain point you get accustomed to, like, A and B students get accustomed to A and B and getting into schools and that kind of thing, and, like, doing well academically. Because they've always done that, and that's why C's are so hard for, burnt out gifted kids. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. So, I don't know, I was the same way where I was like, it's just this school, and she was like, some people can't even get in there. I'm like, I guess you have a point.
Yeah. Because I got the email from the school that my, like, basically all of my family has gone to, so, like, both my parents went there, that's where they met, like, my aunt went there, I have 2 cousins currently going there, my grandma went there, and so it's like, everybody went there, and so I got the email that, like, oh, you got in, and I was like, I kind of expected it, like, I don't know, but then my mom was like, who do you want to tell? And I'm like, I don't know, I got into college, it's not that big of a deal, but then every single person that I talk to, they're like, oh my gosh, you got into college? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm filling out my question of the day before I forget, because I said the word question and it triggered a memory in my mind. And we're at the point that some of these questions I have answered before. Like last year.
Yeah.
This is tomorrow's, but I know I'm gonna forget, so I'm gonna answer it now. What are your favorite shoes? And I wrote in 2019, royal blue Converse high tops. 70s style. Who let me write that? Who let me write that? I just want to talk. I just want to know. I'm not mad. Just want to know who broke it. Yeah.
It's me. I broke it. I'll pay for it.
Like, no, you didn't break it. What are my favorite shoes right now? None. I don't like wearing shoes. I guess my work shoes are comfy. They're just not cute.
Yeah.
My EMT shoes suck. They're uncomfortable and ugly. I don't wear Converse much right now. Slides. Easy to get on and off. By definition.
High definition. 3D.
I said by definition.
I heard high definition. I'm sorry. But yeah, to answer the question, I would probably say my AP Psych class, because my teacher does really fun lectures, and psychology is what I declared my major as for most of the schools, so.
Fun.
Yeah.
You can't always do a gen studies major or track until you figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
And, 80% of college undergrad change their major before they graduate. And I think it's, 40% of those change it more than once. And then, 10 to 20% of those change it 3 or more times. Yeah. So it's not unusual to change your major.
I'm not scared of changing my major, because I think I have, a general, concept of, what field I want to be in, but, I'm scared of doing what my dad did, because he went into college as a band major, and, a music major, and his senior year, he changed his major to computer science.
That's a choice. I don't know that I would necessarily recommend that one, but if you talk to your advisor and you plan for it So, like, if you have the smallest inkling that you might want to change your major, do a minor in it. If you're like, I don't know if I should stay this major. I really like the major I have, but I also want to do a minor. That's what they're there for. Minor in the one you're not quite as interested in. And major in the one you are majorly interested in. It's magic how that works, right? So what are our listener questions?
Do you want to ask the next one, or do you want me to?
I kind of didn't even realize you answered. Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, okay, I got there. Again, people think I am just an idiot drunk when I am tired. I do not do the alcohols. I do not do the devil's lettuce. I do not do the drugs. I don't do the fancy sugars. I'm just stupid and tired. And then my friends are like, why don't you stay up late? And then they compare me to someone that's drunk. And I'm like, why don't I stay up late?
Why don't I stay up late? I wonder.
Yeah. Our next question is from @Momic222.
Hi, Mom.
What's up? And she says, what are you thankful for? I almost made it through that one. What are you thankful for this year? EMT?
I mean, I never know what to say, like, at Thanksgiving when people are like...
Oh, yeah, this is our last episode up before Thanksgiving. Wait, yeah. Because that's next week.
I never know what to say when people, like, on Thanksgiving are like, what are you thankful for? And there's always, like, the stereotypical answers of, like, family and friends. And, of course, I'm thankful for my family and friends, but I feel like everybody just everybody, like, says the same thing, and so I try to, like, come up with other things, but...
Just wait, we haven't gotten there yet. If you're reading the thing that I'm posting, just don't get there yet.
No, I was thinking about what I was thankful for.
Oh.
I guess I'm thankful for the time I've had to myself, because it's helped me, like, figure myself out more, because I feel like I know myself better than I did at the beginning of 2020, and most of that is because of the incident and quarantining. And, like, obviously it's not the ideal situation, but it has helped me learn more about myself and make friends with people that I wasn't necessarily expecting to make friends with.
Yeah. That's fair. Did I say mine? Yeah, I said EMT.
Yeah, you said EMT.
Telling you, no memory. What's our last question?
Our last question is from @GeekTeach. Hi, Dad.
Sup?
And his question is, what are your favorite Christmas movies?
Elf, Grinch, the live-action Grinch. Ooh, the new Grinch, too. That one's cute.
Did you hear they're making another one?
Oh, don't they remake it, like, every 2 years or something?
I feel like they do. What was the one that came out, the Netflix original that came out last year?
Not Bells. I know what you're talking about.
Because that one made me cry, and I didn't even watch the whole thing.
No, it's not Kristen Stewart. It's,
It was animated.
Oh. I also was I was picturing Reese Witherspoon and saying Kristen Stewart, so that's fun. Didn't Kristen Stewart play Bella in Twilight? Or is that someone else?
I think that was her.
I'm really bad with
Oh, it was Klaus.
Klaus? See, I never watched that.
I watched half of it. Like, I watched the beginning, and that was when I still had my laptop, like, right there, and so, like, by the TV. And so I watched the beginning, and then I got distracted on my laptop, and then, like, I looked up and then just started crying, because it's me. But... yeah, I really liked that movie, and I kind of forgot it existed, and now I can't watch it because my family got rid of our Netflix membership because we didn't use it that often, but oh well.
Christmas. My mom, oh man, but I don't remember if it was this morning or yesterday morning, which is problematic. She ran into my room and said, "You started this yesterday," and handed me an advent calendar. Or you were supposed to start this yesterday or something. So basically she wanted me to take 2 out of there, the first 2. But I don't remember if that was yesterday morning. So then I would take one this morning, and I forgot. Or it was this morning, and I already forgot. And so I have to wait for her to get home to ask her, because if I take one, and I'm not, like, she's starting some big project, which is why I have to start an advent calendar in the middle of November.
Yeah.
And she won't tell me what it is, and she knows I hate surprises. So, we're doing really well.
Good.
One of my questions that I'm trying to catch up on. Write a phrase to describe your year so far. Everyone that gave their 5-year plan in 2015 was wrong.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Katrina!
Yes, Rachel.
Can it be time for our favorite segment on this podcast? Let's take a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yeah.
I had to really think about those words. I don't know if you could hear it.
Yeah.
But I was like...
You didn't mess up, though.
I didn't.
So, there's that.
Alright. Our BuzzFeed quiz this week is, want to know what kind of cheese you are in your soul? Just answer a few random questions to find out. What's our first question?
Our fruits are...
Ha!
I said that in the middle of a yawn, and I was like, hang on. What's your favorite color? Teal, dark blue, green, purple, pink, or red?
Of these, dark blue. Also, one of the questions the next day from write a phrase to describe your year so far is, when was the last road trip you took? I don't know if I remember. Quite honestly.
I'll put purple.
I put dark blue. I don't know if I said that or not.
Yes, you did.
Next question is, what kind of book... I'm telling you, no memory when I'm tired. What kind of books do you like to read? Romance, fairy tales? I like all books. Mystery, adventure, biographies. You would think the one that is all of them would be at the bottom. Adventure. Adventure where the guy and the girl don't end up together at the end. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired of that.
Yeah.
It's like, not everything needs a romance. We have plenty of those!
I'm gonna do fairy tales, because they're very nostalgic for me. Our next question is, what do you do in your spare time? Play video games, socialize, paint a picture, read a book in the corner, go shopping with friends, or watch TV?
I think the last real road trip I took was in 2019. Like, in 2019, not just like, it was December. It was like early 2019.
Yeah.
Or mid. I play video games. I was like, do they have a Sims 4 option? Yeah, that's a video game, Rachel.
I'd say socialize, not necessarily in person, but like more online and stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's our next question?
Our next question is, what's your favorite beverage? Tea, chai latte, Fanta, coffee, lemonade, or wine?
These are some interesting...
I'm gonna say lemonade, but like specifically fruity lemonade, not just lemon lemonade.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. The lemonade sounds the best right now. Our last question is, and finally, what's your favorite school subject? Gym, English, health, math, science, or history? I wonder what Rachel's gonna say.
I'm gonna say science, because you would think, Rachel, why didn't you say health? Because high school health class is not healthcare.
No, it's not. I'm going to choose between English and history. I'll do English. What did you get?
I got cheddar cheese.
I got feta cheese.
Oh man, my description is funny.
So is mine.
You're like cheddar cheese. You are an extremely popular person with tons of friends. You're just a joy to be around. You can laugh out loud at that one. It's okay.
See, our results were funny for different reasons. I'll read mine so that you can see why I thought mine was funny. You're like feta cheese. You're a sensitive person who often crumbles under pressure. However, you always find a way to pick yourself back up again.
Okay, yours is very accurate.
Yeah, mine was funny because it was accurate and kind of scary. Yours was funny because it wasn't accurate.
Very inaccurate. I am not a joy to be around, and I know this. My boss calls me her favorite pain in the butt.
Aww.
In, like, a kind way, because I'm the one that always reminds her of things, so it's like, well, thanks, Rachel. You're welcome. I'll be here all week. And then she goes, what if I send you home early? It's fun. It's great. It's a wild ride. I highly recommend having a good relationship with your boss. Yeah. Oh, I remember, so our questions this week, for y'all, join our Discord at Discard and draw two. Go to patreon.com/perspective_Z, hit that $3 tier, that's our Patreon tier. There is literally formula that is gooping my hair together from when I spilled the bottle. It's fine. Our $3 tier is our Patreon tier, or maybe it's Spit Up, I don't know. Okay. It's probably our best tier, like, not gonna lie. I ask questions, and, Katrina and I answer them at least, and then a lot of times other people do too, but apparently we're the only ones that have answered them in a hot second. I'm gonna yell at Tori to answer them. Our questions this week are, number 1, where do you go for good ideas? And number 2, what do you have to get done? I already listed what I have to get done, and where I go for good ideas? Pinterest, because I have no originality. Is there anything else we need to talk about this week? Or can I please go to bed?
Please go to bed, but we should do the outro first.
This has been another episode of Perspective Z. I almost said that's been Rachel. I don't want to talk about it.
Do you want me to
leaving
get cue
this
cards, or?
This has been another episode of Perspective Z. That's been Katrina.
That's been Rachel.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.